Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $5,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 62-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website, and we've got these free quoters on just about every page. And if you just select the state you live in, and we are licensed in all 50 states, by the way, and select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It will pull up a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies in your state with all the best pricing. And by doing so, you're going to be able to eliminate all those companies out there that offer you those silly low rates that are never true when you actually call and talk with them. They'll try to upsell you. So it'll benefit you to an extremely high degree, and you'll be a smart consumer. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. One of our agents can run those numbers for you as well. Now, the first thing you need to understand is a 62-year-old male looking for $5,000 is $5,000 going to be adequate for your final expense needs? Well, that's typically going to fall into one of two categories: cremation or burial. Now, if you're going to get cremated, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you just come home in a cardboard box or an urn. Now, if you're going to have a cremation plus some sort of a ceremony, a celebration of life, or just some sort of remembrance ceremony, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500 right now. So we would typically recommend right around $5,000 to $7,000 for that cremation only. Come home in a cardboard box or an urn, and maybe $7,000 to $10,000 for that cremation and the ceremony. And the reason it's a little bit more than the actual cost is, well, you're 62 years old. We don't expect you to die. You probably want to make it to 72, 82, or, something like that. So we want to build in a little bit of extra coverage to allow for inflation. Now, if you die, unfortunately, right, that'd be unfortunate. If you were to die sooner than you expected, there's some extra money in there, maybe to take care of a few extra final expenses, medical bills or something like that. But if you do live a longer time, we're also just making sure that there's money in there because we know inflation makes prices go up over time. So we're just safeguarding you really on both sides, kind of both ends of that policy. Now, we really don't recommend people get, like 25, 30, 40, whatever $1,000 it is. A lot of times it's because they just want to leave money for family. And most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income. So we typically recommend just get the amount of insurance you need. Instead of getting extra insurance and having to pay the money for that, just spend that money on your family while you're alive. They'll appreciate the memories, and you'll have those memories too until the day you do pass. So it seems like a much better use of your money. Now, if you are going to get buried, the actual cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. Now, if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States with a $10,000 check, chances are they're going to get things done. I can tell you one thing though, it's not going to be very fancy, not for $10,000. But it's hard to believe they wouldn't get the job done for you because what are you going to do? Walk that check out the door and just walk down the street to one of their competitors and let them take it? No, they'll probably get it done. But, if you're looking for a $5,000 coverage, that's not going to be enough. The only way it would be enough is maybe you had an existing policy and you were adding coverage to it. Yeah, we can do that. So maybe you had a $5,000 policy and you just needed to get another 5 to get it up to 10. We can help out with that. If you had a $10,000 policy and you want to make sure you had 15,000, we can help you out with that. But again, we don't recommend you over-insuring and going kind of crazy looking at $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 or anything like that. Now, one other thing we recommend is first day coverage or benefits. And that's all we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. And that is so important. And what it means is that, if you hypothetically, your policy got approved today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to pay out that $5,000 check. And that's what we're talking about this video, $5,000. They would pay it out. Now, some people would say, well, I want that first day coverage. I don't want the 2-year waiting period. And we agree. You don't want to go with the 2-year waiting period plan. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But people would say, I like the first day coverage, but I know they ask health questions and I'm not in like the greatest health. To which we would say, Hey, your health is our problem. It's not your problem. We work with enough different insurance companies that they've all got different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And right now, about 95% of the time, we're getting people approved for first aid coverage or benefits. So we're terrific at what we do. Now, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first aid coverage or benefits is if you had like a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home, something like that. If that were the case, we'd probably just refer you out to a different insurance company. Something else that happens, gosh, just about every week it seems, somebody will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they didn't have insurance, and we don't have any money. And now the body's down at the funeral home, and they're not going to do anything with it. The funeral home director's not going to do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so we can get a check in our hand to get a check in the hand of the funeral home director. To which we have to say, unfortunately, there's no insurance company in America that will issue a policy to somebody who's already died. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that somebody passed away. They knew they were going to die someday, and they just didn't get this insurance. And now their family's suffering, both financially because they don't have the money, but emotionally. Can you imagine the stress this person's putting their family through just because they thought they were going to do this someday, and then someday showed up a little bit earlier than they thought. Now their family's going to suffer. And what a terrible legacy to live. Every time that person's name comes up, I would imagine people are going to think, oh my gosh, they left all that bills for us and all that emotional stress. And what a terrible memory for everybody to have as their last memory of you. So don't be that person. Get this insurance. It's affordable. You don't have to go crazy. Get what you need. You can always add more coverage later. We can certainly help you out with that. Now, one thing we don't recommend is the 2-year waiting period plans. And Colonial Penn is probably one of the, I don't know, maybe better known ones. I think it's probably just because they advertise on TV all the time. Like it seems that way. Like every 7 minutes, it seems like there's a Colonial Penn $9.95 plain TV commercial. And we don't recommend the 2-year waiting periods. What that means is it's not going to pay out any life insurance death benefit if you die in the first 2 years from any health or medical reason. So you're just out of luck. Yeah. Now there's other companies out there too that offer those plans, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha plan. You've got AIG, Gerber. There's a bunch of other insurance companies. That's all they offer is 2-year waiting period plans. And they've done a pretty good job at convincing the American public that anybody over age 50, that's the only thing they can qualify for is 2-year waiting period. To which we say, do not fall for such nonsense. We help people with first aid coverage all day long. Don't fall for such nonsense. Let's take a look at some rates here. Now, 62-year-old male probably looks at that Colonial Penn $9.95 commercial and goes, oh my goodness, I'm going to get so much coverage for $9.95. I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And then they talk with somebody at Colonial Penn, or they go to their website and look up the prices like we've done here for you. A male age 62, 1 unit of coverage, which is $9.95, is only going to pay out $1,057. Now, I bet that's not even enough for a cremation in just about every part of the country, I would imagine. So why would you get a plan that's going to cost you $9.95, that's only going to pay $1,057, that's going to force you to have a 2-year waiting period, and it's not even going to pay out $1,057 until 2 years from now because it's got a 2-year waiting period? Why would you do such a thing? It's interesting. I'm not sure why somebody would specifically need $1,057 worth of insurance. Now, of course, this video is about $5,000. So I'm going to guess we're going to have to go around 5 units on this. And it's not going to be $5,000 because If you're a 62-year-old male, you can't get $5,000 on the nose because of this per unit pricing thing, and you always end up with these wackadoodle numbers like 1057. Let's go looking for 5 units here. There we go. There we go. So 5 units is $5,285, and that's roughly $50 a month. So is that expensive or not? Well, let's do some checking. We're going to go over to our first day coverage quarter over here. We've got $5,000 in here, male, age 62. And we're going to click the Get Quote button. And we're going to come back here, roughly $5,000 for $50. And look at this, $24.43 for this company. We would generally not recommend Lumico, and would be happy to discuss why. Not on this video, though. Definitely Trinity Life Insurance Company for another, I don't know, 27 cents or something. I'm not sure what that math is. Less than 30 cents or something like that. Definitely worth it to have a company that has amazing customer service, that offers you same-day approvals right on the spot, same-day approval, so that you know that you're covered. They'll allow a delayed billing so you don't have to put any money down, anything like that. They're terrific. Level coverage means first-day coverage. So that's $24 versus $49. So Colonial Penn is right at 200% more expensive than a first-day coverage plan. And Colonial Penn will let you overpay on that policy for the rest of your life. Yikes. And they will force you to have that 2-year waiting period, which we just don't recommend, because none of us knows if we're going to be around another 20 minutes or another 20 years. 2-year waiting period. And you have to pay twice as much. We don't recommend it. Let's look at some other insurance companies here. And you'll be able to see all these different insurance companies on the quoter that we provide on our website. And let's look here. Yeah, you'll be able to check them out. Let's find somebody else. Oh yeah, here's Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. I mean, but look at that pricing. It's more. Yeah. It is level coverage. That's good though. Yeah, first day coverage. But yeah, it's more expensive. And the reason is Lincoln Heritage has a thing where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2 or 3 different funeral homes and, try to get you the best pricing. They may do a couple other things, but it's not free. They charge for it. Of course they charge for it. It ends up being more expensive. So roughly $34 if we round it up. 34 versus 24. So they are right at about $10 more a month. That's $120 more a year. If our 62-year-old male lives to 72, that's going to be overpaying right around $1,200 roughly. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth paying an insurance company an extra $1,200 to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple other things that might only take an hour or so? And a lot of people would say that's a pretty good payday for the insurance company. So we don't recommend that. No. What we've actually done at Funeral Funds of America is we created a funeral and estate planning guide. You can download it off our website and then print it out. And then you just fill it out. And you just fill out who gets what and what goes where and exactly what you want done when you're gone. And now your family members, you just keep that right with your insurance policy. And now your family members or loved ones, when they come in, all they've got to do is open the funeral and estate planning guide and just follow your directions. And you've left them the money to take care of everything with the insurance plan. And that protects them financially, but you've also protected them emotionally, because all they need to do is just execute your wishes, and they will know that they're doing everything exactly as you wanted it. And what a gift of love to leave behind for folks, that, let them know that you were thinking about them at a time when you were alive and you knew you wouldn't be there for them someday. What a wonderful gift. And boy, they're going to know that, they're truly loved. And you just took care of them, not only in life, but also in death. So, yeah, we don't recommend overpaying for insurance. If there's a very clear reason why, if it's within $1 or $2, there's a very clear reason why, yeah, then it may make sense. And we'll let you know exactly why we think something may be worth an extra 30 cents more a month. So go to our website, Funeral Funds of America, and just you can fill out our quote right here. We've got a quote designed specifically for our YouTube viewers. That's funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can get the best discounts and the lowest rates on that one. And you can also call us at 888-862-9456. You can talk with one of our agents and they can help you out with this. But whether you've got an existing policy and you're just wanting to price check it to make sure you got the best deal, or you need to add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out with that as well. And if you just want some information or some help or want to kind of understand how things work, we can help you out with that too. We are looking forward to the day that we actually get to talk with you and help you out with this. And we'll make you a smart consumer and get you the lowest pricing. So until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.